32 degrees right now at 8:04 at the airport. Good morning, everyone. Happening right now in Ottawa, the Supreme Court of Canada has ruled the Stephen Harper government's law requiring mandatory minimum sentences for gun crimes in our country. Well, the Supreme Court has found that unconstitutional by a 6-3 margin. The highest court in the land has upheld a 2013 Ontario Court of Appeal ruling, labeling the law cruel and unusual and striking it down. The ruling is a setback for the Harper government's tough-on-crime agenda. Also just in, Canada will be sending 200 military trainers overseas to Ukraine now, joining the U.S. and Britain in an international effort to shore up the Eastern European countries' battered and bloody combat forces. Prime Minister Stephen Harper and Defense Minister Jason Kenney making the announcement just a few minutes ago. The troops will join American and British soldiers early this summer. The mission will last until at least March of 2017. Back here in our city, a tax break for Calgary homeowners, a bigger tax hit for businesses. Instead of a 4.5% property tax increase this year for homeowners, it will be 4.2%. Calgarians have the province to thank for that. Alberta is taking a little less of its tax share, the part that goes toward education. So for the average homeowner in our city, the change means you'll pay $110 more this year, or roughly $9 more per month. That's slightly less than what we originally thought homeowners would be paying more a few months ago. On the flip side, the province is bumping up its share for non-residential property taxes. To deal with that, Council boosting the property taxes for businesses in our city up to about 5.4%. Councillor Andre Chabot did make a motion to try to mitigate the impact on Calgary business operators, but that motion failed in Council by a very close vote of 8-7. There's no final word yet, but City Council is agreeing to at least talk about hiring dedicated officers to patrol only residential neighborhood streets. This is in response to the #1 complaint for Calgarians: speeding in residential neighborhoods. Councillor Shane Keating wants bureaucrats now to look at the idea of adding 10 new peace officers who would only monitor traffic in neighborhoods. No word on the cost, where the money would come from, and whether peace officers could actually have the power to write up speeding tickets.
The difficulty I have in a residential area is we're talking about trying to change a mindset, that you're in a residential area, that you should be driving at least the speed limit and watching for pedestrians.
If we wanted to hire new people, we'd have to figure out where that money would come from. But I think Councillor Keating's notice of motion is simply asking for us to think about it, not actually to commit it at this time.
Councillor Keating hopes to have an answer, at least a lot more information, by June of this year. A lot of university and college students are feeling the stress right now as the term winds down, right? Final exams directly ahead. At Bow Valley College, students can decompress with the help of a puppy from PADS, or Pacific Assistance Dog Society. The pups are training to become guide dogs and service dogs, also trauma dogs. So while the pups help students, the students teach the dogs how to focus in a large group of people. PADS handlers say one thing they cannot train the pups to do is comfort those who need it, but these dogs seem to know exactly what's necessary.
We're not exactly sure how the dogs do it. They have an instinct. They walk into a room and they go, I'm going to go sit beside that person, I'm going to lie down, and they can just pat me, and they just pull it all from them. I think it's something that's just innate in some dogs.
These puppies will be visiting with stressed out Bow Valley College students again today and tomorrow. There you go.